Is Belly an unreliable narrator or just confused about what's going on in her own life? Let's talk about that in relation to episode 3 of the show, which is Belly's 16th birthday. We've already talked about her almost getting the infinity necklace from Conrad and why she doesn't. And then there's this party, this house party at Nicole's house that Conrad is at. But even though he's dating Nicole, maybe not seriously, but dating her, he is not with Nicole at all during this party. He is kind of like on the periphery, but there is this pivotal moment after she blows out her candles where she's looking across the room with this look, and she's met with this look from him, and then he breaks eye contact and says he has to go, and he goes outside. At the end of this episode, Belly talks about when she comes home and she blows out her birthday candles for the second time. She talks about how she always used to wish for Conrad on her birthday. In every fountain, on every star. And that is something that echoes back, obviously, in the final episode of the show. But she also says, maybe this year I can make my wish come true. I can make it come true. She has, despite the fact that the day before, she and Conrad got into that fight in the kitchen because he was there watching her date or breaking up her date. And she's like, this is how my crush dies. It's obviously not dead. And something has happened that's made her realize that she maybe has a chance with Conrad. And of course, that's probably finding the infinity necklace, but it's also the way he's behaving around her. And she seems to flit in and out of understanding what that behavior means and running away from that behavior. I know there's a big discourse about her being an unreliable narrator. And interestingly, Jenny Han, the creator, has been asked about this and has said that she doesn't think that Belly is an unreliable narrator. She thinks that Belly just only has the information that she has and is trying to operate on that information. And I think we're maybe in between the two. Remember that scene when Cleveland says to Laurel that she has an unreliable narrator in her book, and Laurel's like, no, that's not my intention. But sometimes as authors, we can do things, and as writers, we can do things that we don't entirely intend. So while the intention, I think, is for Belly to just be a 16-year-old who doesn't have all the information or know how to process that information, she does become an unreliable narrator about her own life because she sees things one way when there's an obvious other way to see them. But in this episode, she has a moment of insight, which will all come to fruition in episode 4.